What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Music with Mike. Today, I wanted to make a short video to talk about mindset again. I just very recently began working for an after-school nonprofit program teaching 6th through 8th grade music production. And so I have this one student who knows just a little bit more about music production than the rest of the class, which is great. But it also means that as I teach the rest of the class, he kind of gets frustrated because he thinks he already knows everything. He's got a slightly better handle on production, but he can't say he's mastered any sort of concepts that we're working on. But just the fact that he knows that other concepts exist, he gets frustrated and he begins asking me about much more advanced things that he's just not ready for yet. Now, this is something I understand. I used to do it all the time, and to be honest, I still struggle with it today. Outside of that classroom, I'm also teaching a lot of adults online and in person about music production, mix engineering, and mastering, and I see the same thing. In many cases, even these adults are asking me about advanced mixing and mastering concepts, when in reality, their productions are still pretty weak and not really commercially acceptable. This also reminds me of myself, and now I realize that shining a light on this issue may actually help fledgling producers kind of organize themselves better, understand the process, and fast track their progress towards being the producer or engineer that they want to be. So stated simply, don't get ahead of yourself. You may have heard that saying a million times in a million different situations, but have you actually tried applying it to your progress as a producer? Now, as I stated in another video, which I'll link above, I thought that all I needed to get my music to commercial quality was learning how to mix and master properly. Well, fast forward 10 years, I spent all this time learning how to mix and master just to realize my productions were not that good. Yes, my songs were technically balanced and up to commercial loudness, but nobody liked them. Looking back, I now realize that had I, instead of spending all this time learning to mix and master, taken the time to learn how to craft good quality songs with the proper sounds and samples, I wouldn't have had to spend as much time learning to mix and master because my source material just wasn't good. I spent about 10 years learning how to polish turds. So what does this mean for you? Take your time. Learn one concept at a time and make sure you have it down before you move on. If you come across another concept that piques your interest while you're already learning something, just write it down and do it later. Create a list of everything you want to learn and then organize it in order of importance. Why bother making a tech house track if all you have are reggaeton samples? Why bother building a professional recording booth in your home if you can't sing? Why bother inviting vocalists over to record in your studio if your tracks are weak? Why bother learning how to mix if you don't know how to fill the space? What I'm saying is maybe try to figure out which basic concepts you might have skimmed over and go back and master them, but one at a time. It's easier to focus on and master one concept at a time than it is to try and learn everything all at once and not really master anything. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of people who are saying, just make and release music. The more you do it, the better you'll get over time. Yes, I agree, but temper your expectations. Your first song is not going to be anybody's favorite. Your 10th song is not going to be anybody's favorite. Your 100th song may not be anybody's favorite. If you expect hordes of fans to flock to you after your first SoundCloud release of Techno Thing Final Master.wave, you are going to be disappointed. Set yourself up for success by creating a focused curriculum, or maybe find a mentor who can help you with this. Set your expectations. If you just started and you're already discouraged, then you have the wrong mindset. And lastly, never think you're not talented. I want to leave you with a quote from the creator of Star Wars, the one and only George Lucas. A talent is a combination of both something that you love and something that you can lose yourself in. It's something that you can begin at 9 o'clock in the morning, look up, and it's 10 o'clock at night. I find this to be true. I can sit in my studio for hours on end without ever leaving and feel like I've enjoyed my entire day. This is how talent is developed over time. People often tell me I'm musically talented, and to be honest, sometimes it bothers me. My musical talent did not come naturally, because it would have meant nothing if I hadn't spent all those hours playing around on the piano when I was a kid and enjoying every minute of it. It's not something you're born with. It has everything to do with your interest, your work ethic, and your commitment to educating yourself. So that's my bit of advice for you today. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm completely wrong, also let me know in the comments. And while you're on your way down there, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time.